Re-recorded from the Emerald Isle, it's Malignant Bear, featuring me, JD Grossmitz. Hello everyone, in this video we're taking a trip to Ireland. I've lamented in the past on St. Patrick's Day that there's not a whole lot of games that feature Ireland outside of a few sports titles, golfing simulators and things. But so we've had some trouble covering St. Patrick's Day as a holiday. In the past we played a game that involved luck, so the luck of the Irish, and we have bad luck, of course. And then last year we played Metal Gear Solid, because St. Patrick was famous for ridding Ireland of snakes. So, snake. But this year, I realized that Assassin's Creed Valhalla has a DLC that is set in Ireland. How about that? So we're going to run around, explore Ireland a little bit in Assassin's Creed. There's no real goal to this. I don't have any plan to it at all. We're just gonna see how it goes. So here's Ireland as it appears in the game. So you get the provinces of Ulster, Connaught, Meath, and Dublin, and you can roam around them on foot, on mount, and of course in your longship. This is a very interesting period in Irish history. The Norse, the Vikings, actually controlled large portions of Ireland at the time, and rather than raid and pillage like they had done initially, they set out to build trading outposts and things and make a name for themselves that way instead. They realized that they could not pacify the Irish as they had the English, and they even had some struggles with that as well, obviously. So they set about building all these different trading posts and things instead, and one of them was centered in Dublin. So that is the time period this DLC takes place in. It's kind of interesting, but we just want to walk around and see how they captured Ireland in this game. So, starting off here at the Giant's Causeway, of course. Very interesting geological feature in Northern Ireland, the northern part of Ireland, I should say. I mean, it's in both, but it's all these crazy-looking kind of basalt pillars that jet out into the sea. Of course, it is surrounded with beached Viking longships, because why not? But we're playing as Eivor, as we were before. If you want more information on how the game works and everything, you can check out the little quick look we did of it around the holidays. But we're just going to focus on kind of exploring around and checking things out. So the Giant's Causeway is famous for looking like this. It's very interesting. Not a whole lot of things like this anywhere in the world. It has this name because people just assumed it was built by giants. It was connecting to something else. And there's nothing else that looks like this, especially in Ireland, which makes it all the more bizarre. So, playing as female Eivor, still as a bear, because why not? I've been changing it up as I play, male and female. I have like 50 hours in this game, and I don't think that I've made any progress in it at all. But we'll talk about that later. It rains constantly in the game version of Ireland. I don't know how that compares to the real thing, but, it's very rainy here. I will say, though, that when the sun does shine, you can see that they put a nice kind of subtle green filter on everything, so you can really tell that you're in Ireland. It's very similar to the kind of yellowish brown filter that Hollywood puts on things, so you know it's taking place in Mexico. Had to make sure that they got that right. You wouldn't know that you're in Ireland without the green filter. It is very green, though. So let's teleport around here a little bit. Can fast travel, take in the sights. For all the faults that this game has, that Ubisoft games in general have, but this one in particular, I will give them all the credits that they're due for crafting just a beautiful world. They have a very good game engine here. They clearly know how to use it, and they have done a very good job crafting a world that feels kind of real and lived in and looks good and is enjoyable to run around and explore. There's a few too many things to track down and find. As you can see, just here in Ulster, we have several dozen things to gather. That's what all these little map markers are. Of course, if you go to Ireland in real life, I'm told that you can actually do this. If you go on top of some mountains there, you can see these motes of light coming out of the ground, and these are things that you have to see while you're in Ireland. The Irish Tourism Board is, of course, frantically calling me right now. I don't know how they have my number. But we can see all the different things that are around that we can see here from this part of Ulster. Up here on this little promontory here, overlooking this lake. Loch Ness, I guess. This little town there. Some farms, some abbeys that we could raid, of course. We can go a Viking if we wanted to. Some other things. Armagh, Rathdown, more abbeys. Very rainy, though, of course. Didn't pack an umbrella. Let's go over to this side instead and look from here. Lots of loading screens in this one. Thrilling gameplay. So we were over there before. You can see that's where those birds are. We can't zoom in that far, but it's where those birds are. I can see them. That's all that matters. Something on fire here in the sky. I don't know what that is. Also a feature of Ireland. Sometimes the sky is just randomly on fire. See a little bit more from here, though. Whole bunch of interesting things. Let's see. For one more point of interest over here in Ulster. Loading screens are just long enough that you can't do anything in them, but it expects that you will. You're supposed to be able to jump off things, land in leaves. Look out onto the horizon. Not a whole lot going on in the North Sea. North Atlantic, I suppose. But plenty of points of interest here in Ireland. Although I don't recall it being quite that mountainous. Again, I've never been, but having seen it on maps and having some general knowledge of the world, I don't remember there being mountains that tall in central Ireland. That's off the bottom part of the map. We cannot go there. So the map cuts off a little bit south of Dublin, so we cannot explore some of those areas. Let's see, what else do we have? Check out Dublin itself. How about that? So this DLC is focused on Eivor getting a letter from someone who ends up being her cousin, who is calling himself the King of Dublin and wants you to help out with his whatever it might be. And druids are involved because, of course. I haven't done too much of it, but here's Dublin in all its glory. As of what is this, 550, I believe? 570-ish AD? Somewhere around there. Could see another abbey off in the distance. Of course, if it was controlled by Vikings, they would have a longhouse. Makes sense. Can see a little bit of that green poking through, though, which is nice. Big old church here. Plenty of Celtic crosses around. I want you to really know that you're in Ireland. Let's run down to the docks, call our ship, and then take a little sailing trip up this river. We have a quest there. We're not going to do that. We don't want to do that quest. That is our cousin's son, which makes him something to us. I don't know. Some priests around, of course. What we want is our boat. We're supposed to be able to call our boat. Don't know why we can't. Guess we'll fast travel to our boat. That's right on top of where we should be. Usually there's a prompt for it. There it is. Okay.
Man your oars.
Let's go up this river.
Sail out! Sing us a song.
Let's get a different song going. They need more tunes in this game. I like that your crew can sing to you. I think that's a cool feature. But there's only like 6 songs. You can have them tell you stories as well, but there's like... It's like 15 or so different stories. Some of them are very short. So yeah, exploring the rivers of Ireland. We can see it's a little bit greener now, for sure. Of course, we can raid things if we want to. Skip doing that. Just go a Viking. But yeah, you can definitely see there is a subtle green filter on everything compared to the other areas of the game. Again, it's not overwhelming, but you can tell it's there. And there's plenty of greenery around, whereas England had all sorts of varied locales and everything. Ireland, at least in game, is just very, very green. So.
Run up the sail!
And rainy, of course. Some sort of creature on our... I don't know what that's supposed to be. There's a nice rainbow, though. That's very good. I wonder if the rain is somehow related to the story that I'm avoiding. That could be. Those darn druids in their rain. So we're sailing up the Liffey River here. Going past Duro. And what else is up here? Just keep sailing, why not? Let's see a little bit more of it. It's amazing that there's not a whole lot of games set in this time period and in this location. It's kind of odd. Everybody knows about the Vikings and the Viking raids and conquests and things, but there's not a whole lot of games that really use them historically like this. And even this plays very fast and loose with it. And then there's hardly any games that take place in Ireland. There's a list on Wikipedia. It is very small, which is kind of surprising. Again, it's mostly like, oh, PGA Tour has a level in Ireland. Check it out. And that's pretty much it. So, go up and we'll get out here somehow. Let's go this way. Of course, there's all sorts of crazy, fun locations you can have your games take place in. But when it comes to the real world, I feel like there's a lot of the same locations get reused over and over. And this just isn't one of them. So, again, I give Ubisoft credit. They know how to use this engine. They've done a good job with this. The world looks and feels pretty great. It's a shame they filled it with a lot of very tedious objectives. And the story in this game is, boy, is it lacking. It's, pretty much every character is incredibly one-dimensional. And in the off chance that they have a second trait to their name, that trait is more often than not hard-ass. And that's pretty much it. So. It's a shame. Again, it's a cool setting and it's not very well explored. But I wish they had done a little bit more with it. Or maybe use this game world for something else cool. Who knows? Why are they not singing?
My ravens.
There, sing. I want to go west. We're going to pass underneath this, if we can. Singing. Thankfully my crew knows how to sail, because I do not. They can take care of this for me. There's a big old mountain up there.
Get the sail out!
Oop. That's very green. We're gonna avoid that. That looked dangerous. Look at this. Woods are teeming with game, which is good. You can see there's some nice waterfalls and things up there. Gonna get out here to the ocean and then check that out. So there's not a whole lot to really see. It's lots of small settlements and, you know, woods and standing stones and things. But still, it's a good recreation of what that would have looked like. So, give them credit there. Big old thing up there, what's that? Alright, fellas, I'm gonna climb this mountain here. Todd Howard would be pleased. Oop.
Drop the sail!
They got it. Yeah, they got that. Just, sometimes the automatic parkour is really good. Other times you get stuck on random crap. It's really frustrating trying to climb into windows. You can do that. Like climbing into windows or going like down ladders or into holes is one of the most frustrating things I've ever done in gaming in this game. It's very reminiscent of the infamous flashback mission in Assassin's Creed 2, where you have to climb on top of a tower and it's like almost impossible. There's a guy up here.
To send these sun-bleached bones to the bottom of the sea? Do you have the courage to face one thrice cursed by fate?
This guy's shirtless and yelling at us. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that we probably don't want to tussle with him. He's also surrounded by graves and is actively digging more. So we're gonna leave him to whatever he's doing there. It's not our problem. Rain's letting up a little bit, though. Seas are still kind of choppy. Let's go up there. Look at that, yeah. I feel like it would load faster if it wasn't doing that every time. Some nice waterfalls there in the distance. Oop, oop, oop. And one right here.
Interesting.
A big castle. Very green, very pretty. Look at that. What a view. But yeah, a game set in Ireland. Like I said, you don't get a whole lot of these. Nice to see one. And see it done pretty well. Again, have no frame of reference, but from, you know, a quick look on Google Maps, yeah, it just checks out. That's where those things are. I'm familiar with the historical time period, even if, again, they played fast and loose with it. It's still pretty cool to see. So, maybe someday we'll get more games set in Ireland. I debated just playing GeoGuessr and setting it to Ireland. That could have worked as well. But do this instead. Look at those mountains. Doesn't seem quite right. Oh well. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's this game is still pretty tedious. Obviously, if I haven't beaten it yet, and I've had 50 hours in, and it's a wonderful RPG where you never get stronger. But it is cool to explore and see some nice things like this. So, that's it. Assassin's Creed Valhalla in Ireland. Hope you enjoyed this trip our exploration of Ireland just in time for St. Patrick's Day. I know I certainly did. And until next time, have a good one.